Greetings, Missouri Mid-South. Synod has wrapped up and we are done for the next 2 years, but I want to begin by saying how excited I was to see how many Missouri Mid-South people were involved with Synod and involved with the life of the wider church. Often I hear stories, complaints, concerns about a real separation between the national setting and the local church. And often that is the case, but I also want to take this moment to lift up how involved we are together and how many people from Missouri Mid-South were out front representing Missouri Mid-South and also behind the scenes, partaking in all that Synod had to offer and participating in bringing forth Synod and making it possible. So I want to begin by thanking our delegates who served on behalf of the Missouri Mid-South Conference. They are Andrea Asselmeyer, Karen Aitkins, Eddie DeLong, Tim Fairley, Nate Falk, John Gandy, Betsy Happel, Ron Hill, Les Kemp, Tammy Linningham, Hannah Rice, Joe Rowley, Brittany Scarangello, Caden Stevens, Anna Summers, Christy Tennyson, Lane Tebenkamp, Rob Van Ness, Bella Winters, Camille Watkins, and Jimmy Watson. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the hard work and the time and the effort that went into being a delegate and serving the church in this very particular way. I also want to lift up the ministry of Tracy Blackman, who was re-elected to be our Associate General Minister for Justice and Local Church Ministries for a second term. We're very excited to be able to say that you are from Missouri Mid-South, Tracy. I also am excited about the Reverend Michelle Higgins and her dynamite sermon on Wednesday evening. That was truly one of the highlights of Synod for me for the whole week. I'm excited about Rushan Sinadere's installation as the associate moderator, or assistant moderator for next year's General Synod. Rushan, we are so excited about your service to the church in the upcoming years. And I want to lift up that our own Cindy Berkner led one of the workshops for the week on suicide prevention. And Cindy, that was awesome. I was not there when you were giving the workshop live, but I saw it later and it was excellent. So thank you, thank you, thank you for all of your work and all of your ministry, Missouri Mid-South. I also want to lift up the behind-the-scenes good work of Joyce Bathke, who was one of the recorders at Synod, which means that she listened to everything and took notes on everything that was said. That is such an important function and ministry and such an unsung gift to the church. So Joyce, thank you for that. I also want to lift up that there were a number of churches whose choirs contributed to the worship experience and were part of the videos for worship. I'm not going to name them because I'm afraid I'm going to miss somebody, but we had multiple congregations who sent in videos of their choir members singing the songs that were incorporated into worship, particularly the final Sunday night worship. And I'm excited about the election of Bethany Rule and Joyce Bathke to the United Church Board. That's a really, really big deal. And wow, to have two of our members from Missouri Mid-South serving on that board is awesome and unusual. So thank you, and I'm so excited about the work and the ministry that you're going to do on the United Church of Christ board. I also want to lift up that Laura Mignerone was elected to serve on the General Synod nominating committee. So in 2 years, she will be nominating people who will serve in all sorts of capacities for the national setting in the future. So I'm just so excited about all the ways that we had folks who were present at Synod, for all the ways that we have folks stepping into leadership for the national setting on behalf of the Missouri Mid-South Conference and the wider United Church of Christ. This is a really important part of who we are as a church and how we are together. And we couldn't be who we are. We couldn't be the United Church of Christ if people from local churches didn't step up to serve in these ways. So thank you, thank you, thank you for making the UCC what it is and being a part of this thing we do that is called Synod. I also want to lift up something that I have been hearing and feeling and noticing in the Missouri Mid-South Conference, and I want to name it as something that is a tension that I think will go away soon, and that is, I have not had a meeting with the church council in the 3 months that I've been here. We've not been able to do real business. We did have a retreat right at the very beginning of my tenure here, but we have not had a business meeting. And I am aware that there are people who want information. There are people who want decisions to be made. I cannot tell you how many times I've heard someone say, when is our fall meeting going to be? I've got a date, I've got a calendar, but I need to talk about it with church council, with conference council, before I can share that information widely. So I just want to encourage you. I know that you are waiting for this information. I know that you are trying to plan your fall, and I appreciate that. And I promise you, we will be having those conversations. Conference Council is meeting July 31st. And after that, after Council approves our calendar, then we can go ahead and share that information widely. But until that meeting happens, I'm not able to share it because it could change. So I want to let you know, I hear your frustration, I share your frustration. There are many conversations I wish we could have, but they need to happen in council first. Council needs to have the information and be able to decide what to do with it before we can disperse information widely across the conference. That has impacts everywhere. That has impacts for church calendars and association calendars. That has impacts for people who want to know about MoVal decisions, people who want to know about general budget decisions, people who want to be able to plan and look ahead. I get it. I hear it. I'm with you. I'm there too. And July 31st is coming. We will have our council meeting, and then there will be a lot more information to share. So I thank you for your patience, and I thank you for your interest, and I thank you for the work that you are doing to keep your churches, your associations informed, and we will get the information to you as soon as possible. But until council meets, there is no information to share. So keep an eye out. It is forthcoming. We will be meeting soon, and then we will have a lot more to discuss. Thank you. Have a good week.